In this video, I'll show you how you can create one form that outputs in multiple languages, depending, for instance, on the preferred language of the customer. So the problem is that you would actually want to create one form instead of having multiple forms, one form for each language, and that should actually select the right language for the receiver. In order to get there, you need to do 3 steps. First of all, we need to create a translation table. We need to use the translation table in our design instead of fixed text. And then we need to use a condition to set the language or locale style element depending on the contents of the input XML file. And I'll show you a small example of how it's done. First of all, you need to create a UTF-8 encoded translation table, and it looks like this. So it's a simple text file where you have one word on the left, which is the key, and on the right you have the text, the data that we will want to insert. So this is the English translation table, and it's the default translation table. For the other languages, you should specify the locale style like shown below, and then we can trigger that depending on the contents in our XML. For our design, we refer not to fixed text, but we refer to our data in the translation table. So here for the text element, we're not using constant, but translation. Initially, I have imported this translation table up here, referred to the translate file, the main file. And then for the conditions, in order to select what language we want, I have made here a little example. So I have a condition that takes the document number, a field from XML, and compares to various values here, 1001. If we have this value, we want actually the English text like you see here. If it's 1003, we want to set it into German, and 1004 Russian. So here we have actually a 3-page document, and I've set up the condition so that we simply have the exact same form that we can now output in English, Russian or German depending on the customer.